Hello! The story I'm going to tell today comes from the country of Turkey. That's right, I said the country of Turkey. Now don't get mixed up and think it's that bird we eat at Thanksgiving. It's this country right here, Turkey. And like a lot of stories from Turkey, this one starts: once there was, and twice there wasn't, a little old lady who lived in the country of Turkey. Now, the little old lady had a pet rooster that lived with her, but she was poor, so poor that sometimes she didn't have enough to feed her little rooster. So every day the rooster would go out onto the road and peck and peck and peck, searching for grains to eat. One day, when he was pecking in the road looking for grains, he pecked and came up, and in his beak wasn't a grain. It was a diamond button. "Oh," said the little rooster, "I like diamond buttons. My mistress likes diamond buttons too. I'm going to take it home for her." So he turned around to go back to the house where he lived with his mistress. And just then, from the other way, came the Sultan of Turkey. The Sultan was the ruler of all Turkey, and he was a very, very large Sultan too. And he had great, big, baggy pants. His baggy pants were so big and baggy that they would hang down to the ground, and it took three servants coming behind him just to keep those baggy trousers out of the dust. When he saw that rooster with the diamond button, he said, "I want that diamond button for myself." He said to his servants, "Go, catch that little rooster and make him give up the diamond button. We'll take it back at home and put it in my treasure house in my palace." So the three servants dropped the baggy trousers into the dust and rushed off and grabbed the little rooster around the neck and made him give up the diamond button. And then the Sultan went back to his palace, and the servants put the diamond button in his treasure house. But the little rooster was so mad that happened, he flew off to the Sultan's palace, perched in the window, and crowed, "Cock-a-doodle-doo! Sultan of Turkey! Sultan of Turkey! Give me back my diamond button!" Well, that made the Sultan so mad, he said, "Catch that little rooster and bring him to me." So the three servants rushed off. They grabbed the rooster around the throat and threw him down at the Sultan's feet. "Take that little rooster, throw him in a well of water, and make him drown. That'll finish him," said the Sultan. So the three servants took the little rooster and threw him into a well full of water and turned around and left him there to drown. But the little rooster had a magic stomach. He said, "Come, my empty stomach. Come, my empty stomach. Fill up with all the water in the well." And just like that, all the water in the well went through the rooster's beak down into his stomach, and he didn't drown, even though he was very full. Then he flew back to the Sultan's palace, perched in his window, and said, "Cock-a-doodle-doo! Sultan of Turkey, give me back my diamond button." That made the Sultan so mad. He said, "Go," to his servants, "catch that little rooster and bring him here to me." The three servants rushed off, grabbed the little rooster by the throat, and threw him down at the Sultan's feet. The Sultan said, "Take that little rooster and throw him in a fire and burn him up. That'll end him for good." So the three servants took the little rooster and threw him in a fire and left him there to burn up. But the little rooster said, "Come, my full stomach, come, my full stomach, empty out all the water and put out the fire." And just like that, all the water flew out of his beak onto the fire and put it out. So he didn't burn up. Instead, he flew back to the Sultan's palace, perched in the window, and said, "Cock-a-doodle-doo! Sultan of Turkey, give me back my diamond button." Now the Sultan was so mad, he said, "Get that little rooster and bring him to me now." The three servants rushed off. They grabbed the little rooster by the neck and threw him down at the Sultan's feet. The Sultan was steaming mad. He said, "Take that little rooster and find a tree full of bees and throw him in it and let them sting him to death. So the 3 servants took the rooster and found a tree full of bees and put the rooster up in the tree and let the bees sting him. But the little rooster said, "Come, my empty stomach, come, my empty stomach, swallow up all the bees in the tree." And just like that, all the bees flew down inside into his magic stomach where they couldn't sting him. Then he flew back to the Sultan's palace, perched in the window, and said, "Cock-a-doodle-doo, Sultan of Turkey, give me back my diamond button." Now, the Sultan was furious. "Bring that little rooster to me, and bring him here now." The 3 servants rushed off, grabbed the rooster by the neck, and threw him down at the Sultan's feet. "What shall we do with this insolent creature?" said the Sultan. The first servant said, "If I were your Majesty, I would cut off his head." The second servant said, "If I were your Majesty, I would hang him by the neck." The third servant said, "If I were your Majesty, I would sit on him and squish him to death." Now remember, the Sultan was a very large Sultan. "I like that idea," he said. "Bring that rooster and stuff him into the bag at the back of my baggy trousers, and I'll sit on him and squish him to death." So they took the rooster and stuffed him into the bag at the back of the Sultan's baggy trousers, and the Sultan started to sit down to squish the rooster to death. But before he could, the rooster said, "Come, my full stomach, come, my full stomach, empty out all the bees and let them sting the Sultan." Do you think that those bees stung that Sultan? Oh, stop! Oh, no! Get that rooster out of here! Give him back his silly diamond button! I don't want it! I don't want to see him again!" said the Sultan. So they took the little rooster and took him to the treasure house, and they left him there all alone. And the little rooster looked around, and he saw his diamond button all right, but he also saw all the gold, silver, emeralds, rubies, and sapphires in the Sultan's treasure house. So he said, "Come, my empty stomach, come, my empty stomach, swallow all the gold and silver and emeralds and rubies and sapphires in the Sultan's treasure house." And just like that, all the treasure in the Sultan's treasure house flew right past his beak into his magic stomach. And the rooster waddled home, and then he gave up all the treasure to the little old woman that he lived with. He never ever had to go hungry again, and the two of them lived richly and happily ever after.